Alright, so it's been a long time since I put a video up or done a review or something, so I'm just gonna do a little something quick, unscripted. So if it comes out sounding really bad, that's why. But yes, let's get started. In 2006, a game was released for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and computer. The game came and went relatively quick. The game is Reservoir Dogs, based off Quentin Tarantino's film masterpiece and directorial debut. Much like its film counterpart, which also came and went relatively unnoticed until Pulp Fiction brought its fame to life. Now, this is a pretty decent game. It's a third-person shooter, and basically it follows the plot of the film really well. It's just all the missions go into detail of like stuff they talk about in the movie. Like, where does Mr. Pink hide the diamonds? You see that. Where did Mr. Blonde disappear to? You see that. What happened to Mr. Blue? You see that. And you get to play all throughout the events. Basically, every key moment in the film is recreated with a cutscene, which is really cool. One of the downsides, though, is they only got Michael Madsen to return from the movie to do the voice and likeness of Mr. Blonde. The other actors are okay, but it just makes you wish you were like listening to Harvey Keitel and Steve Buscemi. But they do a decent job for being in the shadows of great actors like that. Now, everyone who's heard of this game automatically compares it to Grand Theft Auto because what you're doing is going around killing cops. But that's not the only thing that you can do. I mean, like in the movie, they're always saying you should act like a professional, and a psychopath is not a professional. You can get certain story ratings based on how you go through the level. So, like, if you go through the level shooting every civilian, every police officer, every security guard that gets in your way, you could get as low as a stone cold psycho rating. But if you go through and take hostages and neutralize threats and hardly kill anybody, you can get a consummate pro as the highest. But, like, professional and psychopath are the two extremes, and then right in the middle is career criminal. The game has a pretty decent selection of weapons. You have a pistol, which as near as I can figure is some kind of Beretta, but don't quote me on that. You have a semi-automatic pistol, which looks to be like a Desert Eagle or something of the like. Then you have a shotgun, an assault rifle, a submachine gun, and machine pistols, which are like MAC-10s or Uzis or stuff. Now, I find that the pistol is basically your best bet. Oh, there's also silenced pistols you can find too, but the pistol is your best bet because they do an ample amount of damage, and you can get them dual-wielded, and that's the best. Either that or the shotgun. The machine gun variety weapons are okay. It's just they fire really, really fast. And the kick is extreme. I mean, you're going to be firing all over the place. So, tip coming from me is stick with the pistol. Another great part about this game is the music. It has all the music from K-Billy's Super Sound of the 70s, the fictional radio show in the movie. It has all the music in it. It's got a little green bag stuck in the middle with you. So that's pretty cool, going along, and unless there's like a radio or something, there's no music in the game. So it's got that realistic feel that the film had. Since I'm on the subject of the radio, I think we need to discuss about the driving scenes. I think there are 6 driving missions in this game, and those are probably the weakest aspect of the game because the driving controls are very loose. You're gonna be skidding all over the place and crashing into other cars. You're gonna be doing you're gonna be redoing and doing the driving stages over and over again, unless you're like amazing at driving games, which I'm sure there are several people out there that could do those no problem. But I have a hard time with them, and they bring that's one of the more limiting parts of the game. Good amount of blood and swearing in this game, which is a reflection of Tarantino's style. There are the bullet festivals, which once you fill up your adrenaline bar, you can hit Q, and the game will go into slow motion, which gives you time to pick off cops one by one, and then you can see the bullets hit them in slow mo, which is it's a pretty cool effect. It's basically a precursor to modern shooters. It has unlockable content, which can be expected in most video games. There are like cheats you can unlock at the end of the game, and you can unlock like pre-game artwork. The game has multiple endings because of in the movie the fate of Mr. Pink is never really fully explained. So depending on how you go through the game, whether you're a professional or a psychopath, there are 3 endings for a psychopath, professional, and career criminal as to what happens to Mr. Pink, which I think is pretty unique. But it takes away from some of the mystery of it. But yeah, those are pretty much like all the high points of the game. I mean, it's a very good game for its time. It's a bit dated. I mean, after that, it's just minor gripes. Like, the controls can be a bit awkward sometime, and the graphics are by today's standards. But all in all, if you're a big fan of Tarantino and Reservoir Dogs like I am, this is one of the games that you should pick up, because it makes me feel like I'm a part of the movie, and that's what I look for in a movie-based video game. I want to feel like I'm a part of the movie, and that's what it did. So yeah, Reservoir Dogs for the PC.